Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. It's episode 8 of CC TitleTown. It's Wednesday, April 17th. I got my Jack Daniels. I got my Tiger Red on. Cam, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. Actually, I'm great because Tiger Woods won his 15th major tournament.
Absolutely, man. It's crazy. My mind is still blown about the Masters over the past weekend.
I've been watching like nonstop Tiger videos, like pretty much all week at work and at home. I mean, it still just doesn't make sense to me, like how he was able to come back like that.
I know. I still get emotional.
Yeah.
I was definitely I wasn't crying. I'm not gonna say I was crying, but like,
right.
I felt the emotions going through my body watching him win, that final putt on 18.
Yeah.
Bunch of, I had emotions going through my body for sure.
For sure, man. Like when he made that last putt and the crowd went nuts, like I just got chills, like ran over my body. It was just literally unbelievable.
No, it really was. He's kind of the guy who kind of got me started with golf.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Now obviously I pay attention and I play more and I watch more even if Tiger isn't playing. But, he draws, what I was telling, somebody the other day, he draws a different crowd.
Yeah.
The crowd is always louder when Tiger's around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's so strange. Like in all my years of watching sports, like granted it's not as long as most other people on this planet, but I've never seen somebody so captivating, like somebody able to basically make everyone else pause.
Right.
Like whatever it is they're doing and just watch him.
Exactly.
I've never seen it. Like I don't know if Jordan was that way. We grew up kind of with Jordan, but we were really young.
Right, exactly.
But so we just kind of got the legend of Jordan.
Right.
But like Tiger,
he's such a transcendent player.
Yeah.
It's hard to even put in words, honestly, like what he really means to golf. And like, you can see it, like, the amount of views that he gets when Tiger's playing compared to when Tiger's not playing.
The ratings are off the charts.
Literally.
When he plays.
It's insane.
I don't have the ratings stats with me right now, but I'm sure this was one of the higher rated Masters
doubt about it.
In a long, long time.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
I mean, any tournament that he's competing in and that he's, up towards the top of the leaderboard, I'm sure the ratings are off the charts.
Oh, they are.
So, but yeah, man, for him to just come back the way he did, we'll get down to a breakdown of his injuries here in a second, but
I mean,
I almost want to say that like this is the greatest sports comeback of all time that I've seen. Just the amount, just the weight that this had on the sports world, like everybody was shocked, and every single person that I've talked to or watched videos of, they were rooting for Tiger.
Right. No, absolutely. I was going to say, like, going into this Masters, do you think there was pressure on Tiger to win at all? Like, before before Thursday? Yeah,
because he was one of the favorites, I would say.
I think he was top 10 favorite. He was like favorite 14-1.
Yeah.
And Rory was the best at 7 or 8-1, I think.
Yeah.
So,
which I don't know why Rory was the favorite, for the simple fact that he hasn't been able to putt very well for a while now.
Yeah.
But anyway, but yeah, he was one of the, higher favorited players going in. So maybe in that regard, yes, but I don't realistically think anyone expected Tiger to win.
Right.
A lot of people hoped he would win.
Yeah, I think he definitely had a lot of fans. There was a lot of people that wanted to see Tiger win.
Yeah. And I think he really built off of last year quite a bit towards the end of the year when he was able to, finish second in the PGA.
Uh-huh.
Well, prior to that, I guess in the British Open.
Yeah.
He was able to compete, well in that. He had the lead for a little bit and then gave it away.
Yeah.
He built onto the PGA, finished second, and then he won the Tour Championship. One of his last tournaments of the year.
Yep.
So I think people were really hopeful, but I don't think that people thought that he could do that at a major championship. So I really don't think the pressure was really on him. until like Sunday when people were like, wow,
well,
this is like a real chance that Tiger could be back.
They say the Masters doesn't start till the back nine on Sunday.
Yeah. And man, it was a treat.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
for sure.
Well, like another thing I was thinking about, like, do you or even like Tiger or anybody, like, do you think he was thinking like, hey, this could be my last go around at the Masters? Obviously, now looking at him winning, no way he's gonna play in another one. You know, he'll play in the Masters next year, I think, regarding
no question,
without any injuries, anything like that. But like, do you think he's going into it? Hey, this could be my final go with this. Like, he's what, 41?
No, he's 43.
Is he 43?
43.
Okay.
I don't think that he, going into this year, I don't think he was really thinking maybe that far ahead. Like, I kind of get the feeling that he was just taking it literally a step at a time,
right? And
not thinking like, okay, this could be my last go around.
Kind of taking it all in, just enjoying the moment in general,
right? And you could tell, like, just all the years of pain and everything that he's gone through,
right?
Once he won it, once he tapped in for the win, like, all that emotion just came out in him and the crowd.
Yeah.
And that scene was just unbelievable. I can't even imagine what it was like to be there.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
I mean,
I'm getting chills right now just talking about it.
Dude, I know.
It's
so
crazy.
am I. It's crazy to think about too. Like we said, like, watching on TV doesn't do it nearly as much justice as being there and witnessing.
Yeah.
That happen.
We are all witnesses.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. But I don't know, man. Like, it's still crazy to me, him winning, and like, he was in it all weekend.
Yeah.
Like,
he was.
He played well, all weekend.
He didn't make any big mistakes.
No.
He was steady.
He didn't hurt himself.
Yep. He was steady, and his experience at Augusta, I want to say he's played something like 80 plus rounds there.
Right, yeah.
So he knows the greens, he knows all the undulations. He knows.
And you could see that kicking in.
Oh yeah, on 12.
On Sunday, yeah. Yeah, a perfect example on 12.
Yeah. Molinari first Koepka hits it in the water.
Uh-huh.
Tiger sees that.
Right.
Molinari hits it in the water. Finau hits it in the water.
Right.
Tiger plays, a shot just left of the flag.
Right. In
middle of the green.
Right.
He 2 putts for par.
Exactly.
That right there is experience.
Exactly.
But yeah, he was kind of slow and steady wins the race.
Right.
In a sense, in this case.
Almost waiting for someone else to make the first mistake, then he could pounce on it.
Because they're going to.
Yeah.
It happens.
Right.
And the back nine.
Well, you could just tell by the way the round was going. Like,
yeah,
Molinari was hitting so many good putts on the front nine for par.
Yeah,
he saved so many pars, and I'm just like, oh, he's gonna choke on this one. Like, it's gonna rim out, and he would just drain it.
Yeah,
like he was so good on the front nine, so good. Like, I couldn't believe how many putts he was hitting.
I know,
but like, it just kept going, and you knew it's at some point someone had to break. I mean, there was like 6 guys in the run that were like, okay, any one of these guys can take it.
Yeah.
It's
almost like you could cut the tension with a butter knife
yeah.
in that tournament. I mean, that's really what it felt like watching it.
Right.
And I'm sure that's what it felt like being there and being
a
player there. Like
playing in that.
Yeah. So as soon as those guys started, kind of, I don't want to say folding, but making key mistakes,
right.
Like it was Tiger's time, and
right.
he, like I said, just stayed steady, didn't make the big mistake,
right.
and he just used his experience and his brain, his mind, to win the tournament.
Right. No, he was hitting all the necessary shots, and like, I almost felt bad. I do like Molinari, and I felt bad for him when he had that second double bogey on 15.
Yeah.
I honestly, I wanted Tiger to win more than anything, but I almost felt bad for him.
I did too, in a way.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
Like, man, to lose like that.
Right, to kind of go out like that, like...
Yeah.
Not that Tiger wouldn't have won anyway, but like, damn. But I mean, even then, after that happened, like, you felt like, okay, Tiger's got this. Tiger just can't lose it himself. But there was still, like, Dustin Johnson was 1 stroke behind.
Yeah.
Koepka was 1 stroke behind. And they both had chances to get to 13.
Mm-hmm.
And Koepka, especially on 18, like that putt for birdie that he missed.
Didn't even give it a chance, really.
No.
It was nowhere close.
He had like 3 or 4 of those on the back nine where it's just like, dude, you got to make those. Like, like now's the time. Like,
back nine of a major tournament.
Yeah, they didn't capitalize on a lot.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there was a bunch of people in the race.
Yeah, there was. Know? It was kind of, crazy how it all happened. It's just like all of a sudden there's all these guys that could win it.
Floating around the top, and then like you even had like Ricky caught fire too on the back nine. He was like
for a minute
back, 3 in a row birdies. He got to 11 under at one point, and there were still like 4 holes to go, and you're just like, dude, like what's gonna happen? Like, constantly watching Tiger, like hoping for him to pull away.
Mm-hmm.
But
where Tiger. Obviously, Tiger won the tournament by his steady play, but on the par 3 on 16
kind of almost feel like it sealed it.
That was when I knew that it was Tiger was going to win this thing. Right. He's had other iconic moments on 16 as well.
Right. Oh,
the chip in 2005.
Oh yeah.
Where the ball is hanging on the lip.
Uh-huh.
You see the Nike logo just hanging there. The greatest commercial. One of the greatest commercials ever.
Oh yeah,
was made from that. The Nike ball just hanging on the lip, and then he's like, "Oh,
right,"
and then it falls.
Oh my god!
I mean, so another iconic moment on Sunday with him, putting the ball within a couple feet,
exactly,
basically tapping in for birdie.
Oh my god, I thought it was gonna go in too, dude.
Oh my!
Could you imagine how loud that place would have been?
That place would have gone nuts,
dude. I mean,
nuts,
and even
as if it already didn't.
Right? Because before that shot, he had 16, 17, and 18, and like, there was still a chance that he could make multiple mistakes and allow somebody to catch him or take the lead. 3 holes left. Yeah, they're the last group, but I mean, anything could happen still at that point, really.
Yeah.
And he just, that unreal shot.
That shot right there. He knew where he wanted to play the ball. He wanted to play it on the slope there. Yep. He put it exactly where he needed to. The ball just fed down towards the hole and dang near in.
Oh my! I couldn't believe
it was.
Dude.
Oh man,
it was unreal.
That's where he won the tournament right there.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that was like. Although 18 kind of made me nervous, but that's just because it was the last hole. But yeah that's kind of what I felt like. He kind of sealed it there.
Yep.
Which was crazy.
Yeah. So what do you think? Do you think he's going to catch Jack Nicklaus in his 18 majors championships?
Oh man, I definitely think it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Barring any more injuries.
Yeah.
Say he stays healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think he has a good shot at it too.
Yeah. Do you think it's because he finally got this first one, in a long time out of the way? Do you think he's just kind of going to flood?
Almost kind of like the burden on his back, you know what I mean? Like,
has been lifted.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, I do. I think that, if he plays like that, obviously, the rest of the season, I feel like there's no way he won't, win another championship.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I think he's got to, if he stays consistent, he just keeps himself competitive in all of the tournaments he plays in. Sure, I don't think he's going to go out there and win 3 this year.
Yeah.
But over the course, I think he could play another good 2-3 full years at this level maybe.
Yeah.
Before we might see some decline maybe. I don't know. I'm still shocked at how good he's playing right now.
It's really hard to say. It's hard to say how much time he has left of, really competitive golf. I think he can. My take on it is I think he will catch Jack if he stays healthy.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And that's really been the only thing that has held him back. Obviously he had the personal issues, the whole scandal there. And, so that obviously took a toll on him. The injuries took a toll on him.
Right.
But he's definitely got a good chance now. I think he's got the monkey off his back, and he's got a great chance to win at Bethpage Black next month for the PGA. They switched that from the PGA championship being in August, and they moved it to May now.
Okay.
So all the majors are, back.
Boom, boom, boom.
4 months in a row.
Because there's 4 of them, right?
Yeah, there's 4.
Yeah.
So
the Masters.
Then
it'll go now to the PGA.
The U.S. Open, and then the British
Open. Yeah,
yep.
okay.
So I think, he's won at Bethpage, and he's also won at Pebble Beach, which is where the U.S. Open is going to be. So he's got a great chance, I think, to win maybe one more this year.
Yeah, I think, like I said, he's, people have off days and off weekends, like we've seen,
Yeah.
Look at Justin Rose.
Right.
He didn't make the cut.
That was...
Which isn't...
He was one of the favorites.
Exactly. So that happens.
Mm-hmm.
But, if Tiger makes it to Sunday and he's in contention, I feel like as a golfer playing, if you're not Tiger, you got to be worried about Tiger.
Yeah.
Right? Like, do you think, like, people are thinking, like, okay, Tiger's back, like, he's back on everybody's radar?
It's hard to say. Like,
or do you think it's not, like, some of the more mature golfers don't quite see it like that? Like,
it's really hard to say the dynamics of what goes on a golf course, because it's like now these guys are so good themselves.
Right.
The competition has really stepped up, and that's a tribute to Tiger Woods. He's really the one that made everyone else elevate their game.
Yeah, he's kind of like the staple. Yeah.
Like, he was killing guys by 12 and 15 strokes. 12 strokes in his first Masters victory, and then 15 in that U.S. Open victory at Pebble Beach.
Yeah, it's really insane, honestly.
That makes no sense how someone is able to dominate like that.
It's kind of crazy. And we were talking about between 1999 and 2000, he had 16 victories total.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Like, in the span of 2 golf seasons.
Yeah.
16 victories.
And also to note, he had won what's called the Tiger Slam. So nobody in golf has ever won, like, the Grand Slam. Now, what that is basically is winning all 4 tournaments in one season.
Right.
Now, Tiger and Jack and a few other guys have done it multiple times throughout their career. They've won all 4, in different parts of their career, but nobody has ever held all 4 championships like Tiger did. I believe he won 2, the last 2 in 1 year. So it would have been the British Open and the PGA.
Yep.
And then the next year he won the Masters and the U.S. Open. So he held all 4 titles at one time.
Right.
They call it the Tiger Slam.
Right.
It's not the Grand Slam, quote unquote,
right,
but the Tiger Slam. So just, a note to his dominance. He held all 4 championships at once.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
So, yeah,
he was the youngest to ever do that too, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think anybody else.
I'm sorry.
Youngest to have the career slam.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Excuse me. He's the youngest, yeah.
No, and nobody's ever held all 4. I don't believe at once.
No, I think you're right. I'm not questioning that at all.
So, where do you think he ranks?
Are we talking on
let's just go golf here for now. Do you think he's better than Jack?
Oh man, dude.
He doesn't have the 18 major tournaments. He's got
him by career wins, yeah. Yep. By what, 8 now?
Mm-hmm.
Or 7 or 8. I think Jack ended with 72 or 73. I think 73. So maybe 7 or 8. He's got him by 7 or 8 wins. That's such a tough question too. And it's one of those things where it's like, I almost feel like you can't go wrong either way.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like I would give Tiger the edge.
Okay.
Because of, I feel like he was, I don't know, man. I feel like he was more of a, like we said earlier, a transcendent player. Like,
yeah.
To me, he changed the game of golf.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I mean?
He did.
And before the injuries happened in 2008, unreal, unbeatable.
He was on. So get this stat: in 11 years on tour, he had 14 major championships.
Wow.
That's over 1 per year.
Yeah, he averaged. That's, I mean, kind of crazy
So,
if you think about it.
And then after that, he had roughly 10 years of being injured.
Yeah.
Off and on. So you're telling me that he wouldn't have won?
Oh, he would have blown anybody.
I mean,
he would be.
If he were to stay on that pace.
Even if he took a slight step back.
Let's say he won 8 in those 10 years.
Right.
6 in those 10 years.
He probably would be retired by now if he stayed healthy.
Do you think? Because he's chasing Jack, right?
Well, he'd have blown Jack out of the water.
Right, but I'm saying, like, the reason he's not retired now is because he's chasing Jack.
Potentially. And I feel like he still has stuff to prove to some people.
Yeah.
And which he's proved, I think, now. But I think he did have some things to prove. And, he still enjoys it, which is half the battle.
Yeah. Kind of some demons, really, to conquer.
Exactly.
I feel like.
But I feel like he sees, like, Phil out there having a good time. He still enjoys it, which is good.
Yeah.
It's not so much a stress or a burden on him to go out there and play on the weekends.
Right. I think, here's my take. I think that he's going to win minimum 6 majors in those 10 years. You can't change my mind.
Absolutely.
So that's 1 out of every 4.
Right.
That would have been
years. Yeah.
1 out of every 4 majors. He would have won.
Sorry.
In those 10. No, sorry.
You're confusing me.
Either way, doesn't matter. He would have won 6 in those 10 years. No question. That puts him at 20.
Right. Oh, man. Yeah.
And he's already... And who's to say that he wouldn't average 1 a year?
Or, yeah, he wouldn't keep that pace for another, 5-6 years. I feel like there's no way. The more that I think about it, like, yeah, you can't...
To me, Tiger is the best golfer of all time. I kind of made this point with someone the other day. It's like, Michael Jordan doesn't have the most. I know this is a different sports. Golf is an individual sport, so yeah, you're going to be measured by your victories, your total number of victories, whereas basketball is more of a team sport,
right?
Yada yada. But it is pretty individual.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan doesn't hold the all-time scoring record.
Right.
He doesn't have the most NBA titles. He doesn't have the most regular season MVPs, but he's still considered by most to be the greatest basketball player of all time.
Right.
And then that's kind of where I put Tiger in that, in that realm, is because he's got, the 15 major victories. It's not just how many he has, it's the way he has dominated the game of golf, and he changed it.
Exactly.
He made other guys step their game up.
Exactly.
It's like, hey, I'm way at the mountaintop, and you guys
come catch me if you can.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I kind of like looking at it this way too, like, and you can use Michael Jordan for this if you wanted to, but like, think of like, I don't want to call it their prime, but think of like the time from he started his first win to 2008 when he got out. How dominant was he in that time frame? Like from Michael Jordan when he first won to the last time he won. The most dominant, sure, it's a team sport in basketball. Most dominant team like ever. Yeah. Tiger was the most dominant golfer like ever in that time frame. Ever. Yeah. And sure, like we said, but in that time frame from what, 97, 98 to 2007, 2008, 10 years? Yeah. The best ever. Yeah. Untouchable. Nobody was touching him.
He was almost like, I don't want to say, like, I know Easter's coming up, but he was almost like godlike.
Right. Like,
compared to everybody else.
Exactly. And like that's how like we said, that's how the Bulls were. They were unstoppable in those, sure, it was what, 6 years for Michael. Yeah. But like they were unbeatable. Right. And like
and all the accomplishments that Michael had individually up to that point.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, just kind of adds to the legend.
Right.
Of
and like I don't think Jack kind of held that status.
And another point too, that no, this isn't a we're not trying to dig on, Jack Nicklaus at all.
Absolutely.
Great. I mean, obviously 18 major championships.
Still an icon for golf.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. The Golden Bear.
Right.
But he...
Is that what they called him?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. Step your game up.
Sorry.
Mr. Golfer over here.
Just because I can beat you doesn't mean I know who the Golden Bear is.
Listen.
All right, we'll find out Saturday. Just
We
so
will
everybody
find
knows, not to get off topic, I'm playing golf with Cam on Saturday with a couple other buddies. We got a little side bet going, and I will make sure you guys know next week on episode 9 who wins that round.
All right, yeah.
All right?
Just so you guys know, I've never lost a round of golf when there's money on the line. So just so everyone knows.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
Yeah, it's all right.
All right. Anyway, continue.
This is my finals, and I'm MJ. So
come on, Golden Bear.
Right.
Well, I'm Tiger in 2019 at the Masters.
All right. Anyway, where were we at here?
Basically, he was talking about how there's no disrespect thrown at Jack.
Yeah.
And,
no disrespect to Jack. He played with. There was basically about 4 players during his era, 3 or 4 players that were, picked to win tournaments,
right?
Or favorites. It was Jack, Arnold Palmer, Lee Trevino, and I want to say Gary Player. Yeah. Those 4 guys. That was it.
Right.
Pretty much.
The field was kind of smaller.
It was a lot. The competition was not there the way that it is now. Now, when Jack played, it didn't necessarily elevate the game of golf the way that Tiger did.
Right.
Like I said, Tiger Woods was there, and he was just. I mean, with him, years after him, all these young guys are coming up.
Everybody
Rory,
wanted to be Tiger.
Ricky Fowler, now Brooks Koepka.
Yeah.
I mean, the list. Justin Rose.
They're coming out of nowhere.
The list goes on and on and on. A lot of these young guys, and those I really want to say are because of Tiger.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he made these guys. Guys started working out because of Tiger.
I think they would say the same thing too.
Yeah.
Like they're not afraid to be like,
absolutely.
Like that's what we tried to. They
try to emulate Tiger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Perfect example. I mean, no, you're absolutely right. Like, I couldn't agree more, and I love that commercial with Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods, and they're just launching, into like wine glasses.
Each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I love that commercial.
I mean, the way that Tiger, for me, he's definitely the best golfer of all time. I know other people may disagree with that, but I just don't see how you can match his. Nobody in our lifetime will ever match the dominance that Tiger Woods exemplified ever.
No,
I'll damn near say ever.
Right, I'll be shocked.
I would.
You know what I mean? I'll be shocked.
I'll roll over in my grave at that point. If that ever happens.
Exactly, and there are people sure, can Dustin Johnson outdrive Tiger? Sure, he hits bombs.
Yeah.
Ricky Fowler maybe a little better with the putter. Sure, but you're not gonna find a more complete guy at his best that's gonna beat Tiger.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I said, Tiger went through a span of 10 years of pure dominance, killing everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
No, and we've never seen it.
Right.
So
no, exactly.
So where does this put, kind of shifting past golf?
Oh, this is what I wanted to.
Where do you rank Tiger, all-time athletes?
I mean, I personally, I don't have a list of 1 to 5. Mm-hmm. I have people who I think belong. I mean, there's a lot of good athletes.
Yeah.
But he's definitely in the conversation for top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
After this especially and everything that he's gone through, we talked about it. So many injuries that I didn't even know he had happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But especially winning the Masters, this for me easily vaulted him into the discussion for the best or one of the best athletes ever.
Yeah.
Across the board. Go ahead. You look like you need to say something.
Now, I think we should, define athlete.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Our definition of athlete, because I'm sure some people are gonna be like, oh well, he's not a better athlete than Odell Beckham Jr. He can jump and he can hit he can hit batting practice and take balls out of the park and all this and that. I know Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith were going back and forth on that, and Max loves him some Odell.
Oh, I'm sure.
Anyway, love those guys. No hate or disrespect towards them, but we should define greatest athlete. I think.
Yeah, what's your definition?
My definition
I'm sure we'll
is
probably kind of agree on it.
My definition is, obviously, you gotta be able to win championships.
Right.
How many championships have you won?
You got to play a sport, right?
Yeah, you got to play.
Got it.
Yeah, you got to play
Just
sport.
Sure.
That's so championships. Obviously, you have to play a sport, Chris.
Right.
I mean,
well, just
otherwise,
saying,
you wouldn't be an athlete.
Well, I've been called the greatest before. Okay, so I just wanted to clarify.
Oh, all right. So, how many championships were you the best?
At your best, were you the best
in your era?
Right.
Yep. And what other things did you bring?
Did you elevate the
game?
Right.
Yeah. What other outside effect did you have on things other than the game that you played?
Right.
So that's kind of my idea of greatest athlete.
I think that's pretty common. I mean, and to have an actual definition of athlete is almost impossible. But I think that's everybody's kind of on the same page with that too. Like, you know.
So for me, oh man, it's really hard to pick.
I mean, I can't sit here and say he's the best yet.
Who do you give me your top 5 in no order?
Oh man, that's even hard. Well, we'll start with Tiger because I think Tiger's in the top 5.
Okay.
I definitely think Serena Williams is in the top 5.
Okay.
I also think Wayne Gretzky's in the top 5. And then after that, it's kind of like, man, there's a lot of people that I could put in the top 5. I'm gonna say MJ for sure.
Yeah.
And then the fifth spot.
Say, you better not leave him out, man.
Please,
jeez.
come on now. And then the fifth spot is, well, like I said, this is in order, but the fifth spot I feel like could be. There's probably almost close to 5 or 10 more guys that could fit that fifth spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Babe Ruth, Bo Jackson. I mean, there's a bunch of people that I feel like could fit there.
Okay.
And maybe at the end of LeBron's career, he could maybe even fit in there.
Well, he ain't win another championship, so.
No, but he got one. Anyway. So I don't know. Those are the 4 for me that are for sure in the top 5.
Okay.
And I'm not going to pick a fifth right. I mean, there's too many for me. I could really, really dig deep and, pinpoint one more. And maybe another time I'll do that. But I'll just stick with those 4 for now.
Okay.
But who do you have, in your, rough top 5?
Mine's pretty similar, I believe, in no particular order, of course. Listen, people sleep on baseball quite a bit, but Babe Ruth is the greatest baseball player of all time.
Right.
I don't care what anybody says. This guy hit more home runs in his era than entire teams did.
No, I know. I told you he was one of the first people I thought of too.
Please don't ever sleep on baseball and Babe Ruth because, listen,
too many legends.
When stats maybe will be in Mike Trout's favor at the end of the day.
That's a long ways away.
But that's a long ways away, and the way that Babe Ruth was just the outlier in the game, and nobody was like him for a long time.
Long time.
I mean, the dude, if he didn't pitch for the first part of his career, who knows how many more home runs he would have had.
Right, exactly.
And he, like I said, more home runs than entire teams.
That's crazy to think about.
Unreal. So he's got to be on my list. MJ, of course.
Right.
Gretzky for hockey.
Right.
I want to, and Tiger's in it for me.
Uh-huh.
And the fifth spot, I almost want Serena has got to be in consideration, like you said,
right? Because
of what she's done for women's tennis,
right? For so long too. I feel like I said, another span of dominant performances.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
sticking with tennis, Roger Federer.
He was up there for me too.
He's and his amount of time that he's been in tennis and the amount of tour victory or major or Grand Slam victories they call it in tennis.
Yep.
Sorry, that he's had, and he's been able to compete for so long. He's got to be up there for me, and I want to say Michael Phelps, man.
I thought about that too, honestly.
He was up there, supporting Tiger on 16.
Dude, did you see him in the background?
That was nuts. Yeah.
At first I was like, is that Michael Phelps?
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
That was cool.
So yeah, he's got to be up in consideration for me as well. So that fifth spot, is kind of jumbled, but
right. Like I said, there could be a bunch of people.
If you were to give me a Mount Rushmore, give me Tiger, MJ, Babe Ruth, Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah. Can't argue that.
Yeah.
Definitely not. No, I mean, like, I don't think we disagree that Tiger's in the top 5 at all.
And honestly, like, anyone who does, like, just take a look at this man's career and everything he's gone through. Granted, some of that was self-inflicted. Like, the things that his family issues were, man, he did that.
Oh,
he created that himself.
Exactly. But people are human. You know,
and that's what I think brings everybody together with this Tiger thing. It's like, you know, he was so great. He was almost like untouchable. Like, we almost worshipped him.
Yeah.
In a way, and it's like
it was almost bound. It was bound for him to fall at some point.
Yeah, because he's human.
Right.
He's not God.
Exactly.
You know, and when he fell, it was like it gave us like man, he's just like us.
Reality check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is just like every other person. He has issues too.
Yep.
And then, you know, people, especially, you know, in this country, we love redemption stories and the underdog stories. Tiger Woods was both of those things.
Oh, all in one.
You know, after the fall and the return to glory,
right, that
he's had. So I don't see how you can't consider him one of the greatest athletes of all time because of everything that he's gone through, and then on throwing his dominance.
Exactly.
And everything else.
It almost unmatched, you know.
Really. I think it's
from anybody.
To me, it's the greatest comeback of all time.
Oh yeah, I agree. And like you said, he could easily, you know, be number 1 on the list.
Yeah.
You know.
After it's all said and done.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I couldn't agree more. But man, it's still you know, shocking to me that he won that Masters the other day.
Unprecedented, really. I mean, I know Jack won it at 46, you know, and it had been a while since he had won, you know, a major.
Right.
It was 14 years since Tiger won his last Masters, and just throwing all the injuries, like I said, on top of that, it's unprecedented, really.
Right.
You can't, like, there's nothing else that has ever topped this.
Exactly. And going forward, you know, Tiger's going to have all eyes on him now. Mm-hmm. I mean, if people weren't watching before, they're definitely going to be watching now. You know, every time he plays, people are going to be watching him.
Yeah.
Even harder than before.
Golf
which isn't a bad thing.
Golf is in a great spot now.
Oh my God, it's
because
bad.
of Tiger Woods.
Yeah. Not that it was gone, but it's a different.
Yeah.
It's just different.
And what other there's not many other players in any sport that you can say do that.
No, definitely not. And, you know, to switch gears a little bit, something we didn't cover last week, that obviously is in the middle of the first round now, the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
We have everybody's pretty much on game 3.
Yep.
Now.
About game 3.
Round 1.
Mm-hmm. Surprising upsets.
Yeah. I mean, it's round 1. I don't think, you know, I don't know. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Golden State taking the loss to the Clippers. How do you? I guess I want to hear how you feel about it first, because I know, you know, it's an intriguing matchup for multiple reasons, not just because the Warriors lost and not just because it's the playoffs and, you know.
For things other than just basketball, it's an intriguing matchup because KD is a head case, man.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
like, dude, you're supposed to be arguably the best player in the world right now, and you're letting a 6'2", 6'3" Patrick Beverley,
a dog.
He is a dog. Don't get me wrong. I love his game because he is up in you, like playing defense. He annoys you.
Bro, he's a gnat.
Yes. A pest, bro.
Yeah.
Yes. And he will not go away. And
right.
He's getting in KD's head.
Oh, for sure.
It's like KD,
and KD can say whatever he wants to say. He applauded, you know, Beverly.
Yeah,
but,
he did.
Bro, he is causing you fits. I mean, are you worried about the loss?
I'm not worried about this loss for this series.
Right.
But people know now that KD, well, we have confirmed that KD is weak.
Yeah, I mean, it's a physicality that
mentally.
The Warriors
they probably
can't
won't
seem to match.
Yeah.
You know, sure, you're not going to see another Patrick Beverley out there the rest of the playoffs probably, but you need to find a guy that you can throw at him that can just be physical.
Right.
One thing that really intrigued me about the loss, and this is more in the Celtics, the Clippers' favor, is the Clippers are showing they know they're not going to win this series, but they're showing these free agents, hey, you know, we're keeping up with the Warriors.
Right.
They know they're not going to win this series, but you know, they're like, hey, Kawhi, hey, Butler, like it's 1-1, round one, you know, kind of showing them a glimpse, you know, that LA team, the Clippers, has a better coach, a better roster, you know, than the Lakers. You know, why the only reason you'd want to go to LA is because of one, LeBron, and two, because it's the Lakers. Other than that, you really got nothing.
Yeah.
But I'm not worried about the Warriors at all yet. I mean, I think that they're going to finish. The Clippers might get 2 wins. It'll be 4-1, 4-2, I think. And other than that, I think that they will handle the Clippers, you know, with ease.
I agree.
It was fun to see the Nets beat the 76ers, though, too.
Yeah.
Dude.
Man, they're an up-and-coming team.
Sucks. I don't care what anybody says. Ben Simmons is overrated.
Yes. I will. I don't know. You know, I'm not ready to say that yet. Like, if teams are able to make him shoot jumpers, obviously he's...
If teams can keep him in half court...
Yeah.
Bro, like, if he's not in transition, it's almost useless. And, excuse me, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. He could still be a franchise player. He's still so young. But, like, the best player on that team is Joel Embiid. No questions about it. There's no question there. If you had to get rid of one, it'd be Ben Simmons.
But man.
Or you letting the Nets give you buckets. The Nets.
Yeah.
They got a good roster, but the Nets.
I think, you know, Ben Simmons has the potential to be like a LeBron James.
Maybe.
The potential. Athleticism. You know, he plays defense. He can defend all 5 positions.
He also thinks he's better than he is, so that matches LeBron.
I think so. Not to you know, make a dig at LeBron, but okay, that's your statement, not mine. But yeah, I think he's got the potential to be like, if he just had a jump shot.
Or he's maybe got if he even had an ounce of confidence. God.
Yeah.
He's scared to shoot.
He is. Well, yeah, because his jumper is broke. Have you seen it?
Yeah, he looks terrible.
I'll just say I'm not ready to give up on Ben Simmons yet.
I'm not giving up on him, but I think right now he's overrated.
I guess I could see that. I could see he's definitely, you know, more overrated than Russell Westbrook. Like, you know, after the players voted, I'm like, man, Russell Westbrook is overrated. He averages a triple-double.
Right, like
three years in a row.
Come on now. Yeah, no.
So I guess I can roll with that. You know, Ben Simmons is overrated, and you know, a few people have said like he's going to be their Achilles heel.
Yeah.
When it comes to the playoffs, because he can't shoot jumpers.
Right. Well, yeah.
So we'll see how that series plays out, but it's not.
Right. You got no, it's not looking good. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Especially with the way the Bucks are playing.
Yeah.
Do you have right now kind of a favorite going forward?
Out of the East or
West? You give me one out of the. Who? If you do have a favorite out of each.
Man, right now, like the Bucks just look like they're on a mission, and people are sleeping on them still.
It's okay. They look nasty.
Like Giannis is out there to kill people,
bro.
Man. It's we just saw a highlight of like him backing down Thon Maker and dunking over him. I was like, dude, he's like an athletic Shaq.
Bro, kill his
like
kill.
Shaq. Yeah, like kill Zion said. Killer's kill, man. He's out there to kill.
He's a killer.
Man. So I like the Bucks out of the East.
Yeah, for sure.
Out of the West, I still got to go with the Warriors, man. Like until they show me some real, like, I don't think anybody's going to play them as tough, physically as the Clippers, because that's how the Clippers have to play to win any game.
Right.
And that's how they played all year.
Exactly.
I don't think anybody else has that physicality necessarily. They don't, like you said, they don't have a Patrick Beverly.
Yeah, I mean, the only team that I could see really contending is the Rockets again, because, they're the Rockets. And I feel bad for the Thunder. It sucks because I feel like they have the roster for it.
They do, man, but they're just not. They're not clicking.
No.
And Russ can't shoot from three.
My God.
Would you say he's shooting 10%?
10% from three-point line in the playoffs.
And
sure, it's only been 2 games, but still.
Paul George, obviously, he had a good game. Game 2.
Yeah, I think he had 27.
But that's right now. That's not going to be enough for them.
No, I mean
to win. He's a little bit off right now.
Yeah, he's got that shoulder issue. Give props to the Trailblazers though. McCollum and Lillard are a bad duo.
Man.
And it sucks that the center went down.
Nurkic.
Yeah,
Nurkic for them.
But Enes Kanter's filled in nicely. But like, they still need somebody else. I don't see them competing with a Rockets or a Warriors team yet.
Yeah.
They need that one other piece in there somewhere, and they don't have it yet.
Yeah.
But don't be shocked that the Thunder get swept.
Dude,
I don't think it's gonna happen, because I think Game 3
OKC
in OKC they're gonna get robbed. I feel like they're gonna go off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're a fun team to watch when they're playing well. I mean, look at what they did in the early part of the season this year.
Yeah, they were on a hot streak for a while.
Yeah. I mean, talking about Paul George being MVP, and he was playing like it.
Oh, for sure was playing like. Definitely deserving the conversation, that's for sure.
Yeah, I hope they win a game. I want to see what they can really do.
Right, because I want them to get to the next round, I feel like.
Yeah. And they'd have to face Golden? No,
I think it'd be Houston or Utah, I think.
We have to check that out. But,
I think that's it.
But anyway, like that. Yeah, when they're clicking, man, they're really good. But so who do you have? So do you think the Rockets have a chance to beat the Warriors?
I do.
Yeah.
I do, and I'm gonna go with the Rockets over the Warriors in the West.
Wow.
Especially after watching last year, like a Game 7.
Yeah.
No Chris Paul, and a single-digit loss.
Mm-hmm.
They bring back everybody. They add a Kenneth Faried.
Okay.
Who's a hustler. He's gonna do a lot of the dirty work.
Yeah. That's true.
And like we've said, when the Warriors are hot, they're almost unbeatable.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Houston can get to that point too similarly.
Yeah.
Not so much just from the three-point line, but like when the Rockets' offense is hot, they're hard to stop.
Yeah, they are.
And with Boogie Cousins going out for the year, he's got that torn quad.
Well, see, as great as Boogie Cousins is, against the Rockets, they play that pick and roll.
Yeah.
He has a hard time defending that.
Right.
So I don't want to say, obviously losing him is a big loss, but I almost want to say that, it's a better matchup without him.
I think there's a pro and a con to it. I think that
defensively, at least.
Yeah, because he could stretch the floor.
Yeah.
On offense.
Mm-hmm.
It only helped them because think about it. Say they're playing the Rockets. Clint Capella has to go out there and at least guard. Where now Andrew Bogut is no threat.
Right.
He can stay in the paint and be the rim protector now.
Yeah.
And everybody else. I mean, and honestly. Sure, you're going to swarm to Steph and Clay, and probably, you're going to stick probably PJ Tucker on Durant and just, go at him.
Yep.
But who else are you worried about shooting?
That's
I mean,
good point. Yeah.
KD's not the best off the ball. So if you just, guard him one-on-one straight up, you're not chasing him around screens like you are Steph and Clay.
Yeah. But that's still a tough task to chase those two around.
Oh, and then don't get me wrong.
And then if KD's handling the ball, he's going to make the right play.
Right.
If he gets his head out of his ass.
Right.
Right now, I mean.
Exactly. But, I mean, so I got the Rockets coming out of the West.
I mean, I could see it happening, but I just have the Warriors.
Yeah, it's hard to bet against the Warriors.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And I agree. I think Milwaukee is going to roll through the East.
Crap. I know.
If they keep playing like this.
I know the Pistons are missing Blake Griffin, but they are
doesn't matter.
They just look
does not
good.
matter.
And they're on a mission, because people don't believe in them.
Oh, for sure.
I'm sure they take
kind of overlooked them.
Yeah. Even though they're the 1 seed.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Won 60 games.
And they haven't slowed down one bit.
Yep.
One bit. And the Celtics just took a 2-0 lead tonight against the Pacers, which was expected with Victor Oladipo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see them. I still don't see anybody giving the Bucks a fit in the East at all.
It'll be interesting. I want to see a Bucks and Celtics.
I want to see a Bucks and a 76ers matchup.
Yeah.
Because Ben Simmons against Giannis.
Giannis is going to eat.
Bro. But still, that would be a fun matchup to watch.
It would.
And I mean, don't sleep on the Raptors either, but Kyle Lowry having 0 points in game 1.
Unacceptable.
Oh, my God.
But you know what? It's what he does in the playoffs.
Yeah, they collapse every year. It happens.
Until they get rid of him, they're not going to be anything in the playoffs, even with Kawhi.
Right. And hopefully that doesn't scare Kawhi away either.
Oh, it will.
You think he's
Kawhi's going somewhere else?
The Clippers. Come on over to Chicago, baby.
Man.
Come to Chicago.
I wish. I don't think that's going to happen. I hope we get the lowest thing I'm hoping for is we get Ja Morant.
Oh, that would be freaking amazing. The draft. I would love that, actually.
I mean, that he would mesh perfectly.
Oh, for sure.
Because he can distribute and he can score. I mean, he can do both.
Yeah, he can kind of do it all.
So, young D Rose.
That's right.
Man.
I'll take it all day.
Dude, yeah.
Absolutely. And then there's one more thing I wanted to ask you. Now, this is a surprise. You did not know what I'm about to ask you.
All right.
This is going to be a little final wrap-up thing.
Okay.
NFL schedules. I know we're switching sport to sport to sport. Yep. NFL schedules just came out today.
Yeah.
And we're both Bears fans, so this is just going to be just about the Bears.
Yep.
I'm gonna give you their opponents for 2019, and I want you to tell me wins and losses. We're going to give our little early pre-draft wins and loss record for Chicago.
Okay.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
Game 1, Green Bay at Chicago. Actually, excuse me, at Green Bay, I believe.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, it is home.
Yeah.
Good.
No, because they played the first game there last year.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Win or loss?
Win.
Okay.
It's at home.
Game 2, away at Denver.
Win.
Starting 2-0. Game 3, away at Redskins.
Win.
Definitely got to be a win.
No quarterback there.
Right.
Alex Smith ain't coming back yet.
Game 4, home against the Vikings.
That's a tough one, man. At home against the Vikings, I'm gonna go 3-1. That's a loss.
Oh, you're taking a loss there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got them going 4-0.
Okay.
Game 5. This one will be in London.
Okay.
Against the Raiders.
Win. No question.
Okay, so they're starting 4-1. I got them starting 5-0.
Okay.
This is where I have them taking the first loss. Home, though, against the Saints.
Ooh. I think they'll win that one.
Okay, so you got them going 5-1.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Next game, home against the Chargers.
Another tough one, man.
I know.
Loss.
Okay, so 5-2.
Mm-hmm.
Away at Eagles.
Win. They should have won that.
Oh my God!
Playoff game.
Don't even get me
Win.
started.
Yeah.
6-2. Home at Detroit.
Win.
7-2. Away against the Rams.
Away against the Rams.
This is mid-November.
Yeah.
But it's in California.
Weather doesn't really matter. I'll go loss.
Lost. That's 7-3.
Uh-huh.
Home against New York.
Win. Doesn't matter which New York team it is.
No,
it's a win.
Sorry, yeah. It was the Giants.
Okay, win.
8-3. Thanksgiving Day away at Detroit.
Win.
9-3. Home against Dallas.
Win. Against Dallas.
12-3.
Yes. Huh?
Away.
10-3. You mean?
Sorry, 10-3. Away against Green Bay.
Another win. They're gonna win. They're gonna do well against the division teams.
11-3.
Mm-hmm.
Home. 2 games left. Home against Kansas City.
Oh man,
that's gonna be such a fun game.
Yeah, it is. Home against KC.
They're 11-3 right now.
Cold weather doesn't really affect either team.
Right.
Necessarily.
That's almost a toss-up game.
Man, that is like a toss-up. Holy cow. I'm conservative. I'll go loss. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to get my hopes up too high. I know the Bears had a great season last year, but
right.
It's tough, man.
So that's 11-3.
I'm still scarred.
Oh my God, me too. But a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
Last game, 11-3, away against the Vikings.
I got them 12-3, right? 11-4.
12-4.
Because there's 16 games.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So 11-4, away against the Vikings.
Yeah.
They're gonna close it out for home field advantage and get the win.
Another 12-4 season because that's where they finished this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I had the same exact thing except I had
different losses. Right?
Really just a couple different, but finished in the same record, and then I think they're gonna make a deeper playoff run.
They
better.
I'm glad Cody Parkey is gone. All you Bears fans out there, I'm sure you agree.
You feel us, on that.
Yeah. He needed to get the heck out of there, especially after going on talk shows and crap like that, dude. Come on, you don't do that. You're a kicker.
Right. Exactly.
Like get off these talk shows.
Exactly.
God,
no.
man.
I mean that was a heartbreaking loss for sure.
They had a chance to make a deep run.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And they didn't get any worse this offseason.
They didn't.
I don't think.
One thing I think is going to help them a lot. Don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Their offense, being under Matt Nagy again. He's got another year with Trubisky. Trubisky's going to get better. He's, I used to be a real skeptic, a critic of Trubisky.
We would talk about it all, long.
But he kind of showed me something a little bit last year. So
towards the end of the season.
Yeah. So I think he's going to improve.
Yeah.
That offense is going to be a little bit better.
I think they're going to loosen up the rope, and he's just going to. I wouldn't be shocked if we start seeing 40, pass attempts a game.
Yeah, I could see that.
And I think with 3 major losses, 1 on offense, Jordan Howard.
Mm-hmm.
You could consider it a major, but name-wise, Jordan Howard, Callahan, and Amos, those 2 on defense. But other than that, they filled those holes.
They did.
I think defensively they filled them fine with Clinton Dix and then
good player.
Skrine, the nickel corner from the Jets, and then Mike Davis from Seattle, who is a Jordan Howard-like
type
player.
Mm-hmm.
A little more agile and a little faster and catch the ball. But I think they're going to step it up on offense, and the defense is going to fill it right in with how they played last year.
Yeah.
Sure, I think their win record loss might differ. They might end up say 11-5, but I think they're going to win the division and have a good run in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But
I think they should get to the championship game.
I think so too. I think they
sure
have a good shot at it.
Yeah. NFC's tough though, so we'll see.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
And that's a long ways away.
Yeah.
It's just an early prediction because the schedules came out today.
Right.
Just made me miss football a little bit.
I'm not ready for football yet. It's still baseball season.
Yeah, baseball just started.
Yeah.
There's still 600 games left?
Come on now.
I know, I'm just kidding. But like you said, Sox and the Cubs got the same record.
Same record, but they won't have the same record at the end of the year. I'll bet everything on that,
I would
Chris.
bet everything on that too.
Okay. All right.
But
just making sure you're not
worry.
delirious here.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. But that is the end of episode 9 here at CC TitleTown. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I need another refill on my jack. And we'll catch you guys next week, and I'm going to send it to Cam to send you guys off.
All right, guys, make sure you check us out on Twitter and Instagram. Both spots were at CC TitleTown. And then you can also subscribe to our podcast on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play. Check you guys next week.